All right, we're back. We're back for number 3, right? This is number 3 in a row. So Shinedown, Bully. I hadn't talked to a little behind the scenes. I did Devour, Sound of Madness. And I remember I had talked to the band, I talked to Brent about a couple of the other songs. Like Crow and the Butterfly, like, oh, probably my favorite Shinedown song. And for some reason I didn't do that music video. Whatever happened, I mean, and this is part about being a director. This is like the real bearing my soul. Like you do a music video, you do 2 music videos, and then they don't call you for video number 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then also they have their biggest hit ever on that album, on that run with Second Chance. And you never know why you don't get called back. So it's kind of like, it's like, it's not a breakup, but it is kind of like being fired. And that's one thing I do love about music videos is you get a taste for always being fired. If you don't do the next video, you kind of got fired. But you learn that there's other things bands are going through, labels, managers, agents, other directors who are hungry, who have agents and managers working on behalf of them, and they're trying to get them gigs, so more power. And look, in God's providence, it was perfect to not do any of those other videos. And by the way, when I watch those other music videos, they're really good. Like, they're really good. Like, music videos I could not have made. So I think, and this is a little kind of down inside here, I think that one of the best moves Shinedown made was starting with me for those first 2 videos. They thought it was just going to be one, and then I did Sound of Madness. They knew that what they needed for the rest of that album to just take them just beyond the stratosphere was different talent. That talent wasn't me. That talent was other people out there. There's a lot of good talent out there. And so I think the brilliance of Shinedown was in knowing who to actually pick, which directors to use after me to really make that album go to that next level. Because when I watch those music videos, I go, I just don't think I could have made any of those music videos. So props to all those directors that did. And then one day I'm driving, I'm on the 101 freeway, I get a phone call. It's Brent Smith, and when Brent calls you, he'll be like, hey man, what's up, this, that, da, 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 yo man, da, da, da. And he stops always every time he goes, hey man, I'm sorry. How you doing? How you been? And you talk a little bit, and then he says, well, we got a new album, and the song's called Bully. And I'm just hearing him talk, but I'm also thinking in terms of like, oh wow, it's been like a year or 2, and I think I'm gonna do the first Shinedown video off their new album, off Amaryllis. And I was like, wow, okay, like, you know, I'm just excited, you know, like we're gonna do a music video. I would never have thought that I would end up doing, I think, every music video off of Amaryllis. I have to check. I think I did. And so it was like, wow, like you get that phone call, and we talked about Bully, and Brent kind of gave his insights into it, what he wanted to do. And the idea was, could we show a couple of different scenarios that represented what bullying looked like? And then could we show some sort of resolution on what to do with it, how to really talk about the pain and show the pain and the suffering that people go through. Kind of this music video would kind of like, the bullying puts you in this sort of purgatory, this hell, and the way you get out of it in some way, shape, or form is to stand up against it, you know, or to come together and be against whatever that thing is pushing you down. So here we go. I will do my best to remember as much as I can on Shinedown, Bully. Huge long intro, but I don't know, man. That's the way I do. That's the way I do. Is that what the kids say? That's how I do. That's how I do, baby boo. Is that so cool? No, here we go. Shinedown, Bully. We got audio. There we go. Someone had commented on the reaction video, said, hey, feel free just to pause the video, talk a little bit. Don't just let the song play. It's distracting to hear the song. So I'm listening. I hear the audience out there. I mean, I'm almost 100 people following me on this channel right now. So I mean, I'm listening. Right off the bat, the approach to shooting the band was shoot the band in such a way where they're isolated. So part of the isolation and being bullied, I wanted to shoot that with the band. There's never a full band take where you see all of them rocking out. I'm pretty sure there's not. The idea was to kind of take this kind of portraiture approach to shooting the band, white, just kind of a white backdrop, them lit, and it's the band, but they're individual, so they're kind of highlighting the individualism, but then the isolation of the song, and what people go through. I hadn't seen the band in a year or two, and the idea to have Brent just standing there singing, to have a wind machine kind of rock and roll, you got this fan working into him. There was this almost Conan the Barbarian feeling of just watching him kind of own this song. And I just remember shooting that and being like, wow, this is just really, you guys hear me, I get so geeked out because I can be there and it's cool, it's my job, you make a music video, but I still freak out that I get to work with rock stars, and someone like Brent Smith with the wind going, got Zach, got Eric, got Barry, these are superheroes. That wind going. And this was gnarly because doing these scenes, you got this burlap and to kind of represent the bullying and how people get sucked in, to actually have this kind of kidnapping happening. Even when you're filming it, it's uncomfortable because you still have to do it on some level. And I remember all the actors just were so great in being able to do it, but filming it, this is really heavy. So even filming these scenes, there was a weight of, this is really, powerful, and just really bringing that out, that's how you can feel. And so we shot the band first, and so when Brent did that, hang another rope, and he does that, it was like, oh wow, we got to get a noose in this video somehow, and just kind of have this representative kind of just the noose and how someone can feel the ability to not breathe and to be hurt, all these images, you get artistic, but then when you're actually filming them, you realize the power of imagery, and even though you're just making a movie, it wasn't lost on us. This was all really powerful. Even this shot right here of, you have a woman being dragged away and the shoes coming off. I mean, you get the shot, but it's not comfortable. I mean, it's superhero. Now, funny story is, if you look at this video, I went extra letterbox, because, that's really cinematic, But it was shot kind of more wide frame, widescreen, and I put an extra black bar top and bottom to really give it that cinematic look. But I did it at the very, very end, and what ended up happening, and I still get made fun of to this day by Zach, is it ended up cutting off Zach's head and like 80 to 90% of the music video. I felt, because I just didn't notice it. I feel so bad. Zach, to this day, I mean, he will never let me live that down, and I shouldn't ever live that down. It was just a horrible oversight. But that tells you how cool like these guys are. Like, you have the guitar player, you have Zach in the band, and I cut most of his head off with this letterbox, and he was like, whatever. This wonderful actress here is my mother, Monica, and she crushes this scene. I go, Mom, I've got this scene. And this was kind of probably one of my favorite scenes in the music video, because it's kind of complex, but when we shot it, it worked. It was actually really simple. The idea that you could be in a workplace environment, you got this kind of boss. I'll kind of maybe even bring it back a little bit here, because I'm always stealing like other directors' work, but I don't do it that well. So it ends up just kind of looking like my stuff, but I think I'm stealing something. This here, like this here, you've got the kind of boss looking out the window, got this kind of noir vibe going on, but within the scene, you've got somebody, you've got a, some form of, evil presence with this rope, right? Like you put it right in this pristine, scene. I'm doing David Fincher here, but it just looks like Fincher light in suburbia or something. But like, that's what Fincher would do. Like, Janie's got a gun, Aerosmith, like you got the guy looking out the window, the glasses coming in. But this scene worked really, really well. And so the idea is you got this form of bullying happening. You've got the rope, and that's kind of the scene, the kind of idea throughout the whole music video is take these normal environments, make a very obvious statement that someone is being roped, dragged through the streets, beaten, and everyone's just ignoring it. And filming it, I was like, wow, this actually really works. It's really kind of creepy. And I called my mom last minute. Mom, can you come down and be the other worker? And she just crushes it. Look at this. See, look at my mom turn around like I believe her. There's Zach, and there's no head. I forget this guy's name, super cool guy, but he's like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu legend. And we were filming this scene, and as usual with me, last minute, where we were filming this, where my office was at that time in California, was right above Boss Rutan's elite MMA gym. And so I went down there and said, hey, boss, can we grab some people for the scene? And they had this Brazilian black belt jiu-jitsu guy that was in town for the week training and teaching. He came up, and I wish I could remember his name. Then kind of all the burlap bags come off. Then everyone is sort of now in this purgatory, this hell, right? They've all been brought here. And they're all trying to figure it out, It's everyone dealing with their own pain, and it's this, it's this paradise lost, everyone's there struggling, through everything that they've, gone through. The beating, the pain, and kind of just having, ripping through the footage, with the solo and shredding the edit and moving, cut, boom, boom, boom. You got this one little boy, this one young boy. He's gonna face the evil. He's gonna somehow lead them out. Then we kind of come out of this purgatory, right? And now we're kind of in this, again, it's kind of Milton. We're going up to another level here. Now there's color. Now there's a sort of field where they get to face off. And this shot here now, the sort of end, the sort of climax of having the young boy kind of go against the evil entity, the oppression, the one or the thing that is hurting people. It was fun because we went out, we went and did this hike out in Malibu State Park and found this really amazing location. Brent was with us, Jake was with us, bunch of people at that time. But Brent got to be there. It was so cool because I'm there with Brent, and Brent now is really kind of directing the kind of the feeling and what he wants from the actors. And again, I love doing that, being with the band, being with Brent doing that. It's really cool. But Brent pretty much directed this scene, and I think that's how I love working with bands in that way. And the idea is this one young boy who is now is kind of leading everybody out, right? You've got this sort of Hades Sheol, it's him by him going up against the one main evil entity. He is leading everybody out of the depths of this hell purgatory. So we're cutting back and forth here. Love that slide. Got dust going. Looking up, it's like by just confronting it, right? The bully drops. By just saying enough, just throwing him down, the walk away. And it worked. I think that's something that is always really cool, is when you finish a music video and you go, I think that worked. I think that this video is a proper extension of who and what the song is. And when you can do that with a music video, something I always talk about, and I'll say it over and over, that's how you know you've got a music video that works. It communicates who the band is, what the song is about, and hopefully when you go see the band, you already have a connection of who they are and what they look like and how they play that song. It all comes together, and you're an even bigger fan when all those things line up. So Shinedown, Bully, hope you enjoyed. That one felt good.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.